Right, this is my Epip for strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. Um, One of the strengths of the performer was their speed. They were able to quickly beat defenders to the ball and beat them in a race towards the goal. Another one was their agility. They were able to turn very quickly and effectively, catching players off guard and creating a counter attack. And finally, one of their strengths was reaction time. They reacted quickly to loose balls and quickly corrected their position from an aerial ball. One of their weaknesses, however, was their strength. The player failed to muscle off defenders, body defenders, and get in front of the defender successfully from corners. Another weakness was their balance. The player, after being lightly knocked, lost balance and struggled to regain it, causing them to be vulnerable to defenders and lose possession. And the third weakness was their power. At times, the player failed to present power when shooting, resulting in a poor shot. One of the strengths of their skills was their turning. In the preparation phase, the player made sure they were aware of the defender, creating a mental image of the space. In the execution phase, the player turned in one swift movement, and in the recovery phase, they shaped their body for a pass or a further dribble past the defender, which was the outcome. Another strength was their dribbling. In the preparation phase, they kept their head up, gaining knowledge of the defenders, closing them down, so that in the execution phase, they could keep their eye on the ball and quickly and effectively move the ball past defenders or into space. In the recovery phase, they lifted their head and allowed the ball to drift slightly from their foot for a shot, pass, or potentially a cross. Another strength was their short passing. In the preparation phase, the player had their head up, searching for runs, and players to offload the ball. In the execution phase, they made very good contact with the ball, creating an effective and accurate pass. And in the recovery phase, they brought their foot back into their body so they could reposition quickly. One of the weaknesses, however, of their skills was their shooting. In the preparation phase, the player did have their head up, but they didn't seem to take the keeper's position into account. In the execution phase, the player did sometimes have very poor connections, resulting in poor shot power and accuracy. And in the recovery phase, they had too much follow-through, resulting in inaccuracy, and the outcome resulting in a save from the keeper or a miss. Another weakness was their volleying. In the preparation phase, the player poorly shaped their body for the shot, causing the player in the execution phase to struggle to pull their leg back and gain perfect power for the shot. They also on occasions missed the ball, and in the recovery phase they believed that they hit the ball and ended up having to search for the location of the ball, allowing defenders to quickly respond and pick up the ball for their attack. Another weakness was their heading. In the preparation phase, the player positioned himself correctly but struggled to hold off the defender, and in the execution phase, the player failed to outjump and outmuscle the defender pressuring them. In the recovery phase, the player seemed confused and reacted poorly to not winning the header, resulting in the outcome being a loss of possession. Tactics. One of the strengths of their tactics was the player's forward runs. The player consistently made effective forward runs, creating chances for their team. Another strength was the individual was working as part of a counter attack. As the striker, which was the player, quickly pushed forward, making intelligent runs and effective passes, creating an effective counter attack. Finally, one of their strengths was corners. The players, including the individual in the box, effectively drew away defenders, allowing other individuals to said that wrong, didn't I? Allowing the individual's teammates to create space and score. One of the weaknesses, however, was the team's free kicks. The team were unsuccessful with free kicks, potentially due to poor delivery, but also the individual, who was playing as a striker, initially positioned himself poorly, surrounded by other defenders, preventing an option for the free kick taker. Another weakness was breaking free from their marker. At times, the player struggled to break free from the marker, especially when receiving the ball from an aerial pass, causing them to lose possession. And finally, the player performed high pressure, closing down defenders, However, this seemed to be a poor tactic because it resulted in the player becoming very tired for the next attack, and they just lost the opportunity. That's all for this one. No, yeah.